everyone. I hope you guys are doing well, and I appreciate your patience with me on this crazy Saturday. Saturday. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for postponing. I'm sorry for being so late, but you know how it is. When you're Arab, that's what happens. We are late to our own births. We are born late because we can't be on time for anything. So, thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I appreciate it. And anyway, isn't it better to have a late night show? It's Saturday. You guys aren't going to be doing anything anyway. Nobody has to work tomorrow, so let's stay up late. Who cares, right? Hello, Ozzy. Hello, Mr. Renegade. Hello, Carrie. Go to the naughty corner. Hello, Shadow. Hello, American Patriot. Hello, Zealot. Hi, Josh. Um, what do you mean no audio? You can hear me. Stop it. Stop it. Hello, Jacob. Hello, Will Call. Hello, Josh. Hello, Samuel. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome in, guys. I'm so happy to see all of you. And like I said, hello, last call. How do you do, fellow kids? Are you guys my children? Is that what it is? You guys are supposed to be a pride, not my daycare. I appreciate it though, but thank you guys so much for being here, and I'm so happy to see you. But now that the formalities are over, let's get down to the real nitty gritty. We are going to enter into World War III. All right, guys, that's the end of the show. So I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys have wonderful nightmares with that information. World War III is coming. So I hope you guys can sleep well. Okay? Good night, guys. I will see you guys next time. And with that, I yield my time. I'm joking. Seriously, though. Listen. I believe that I love how you guys don't skip a beat. You guys are with me all the way. You guys are like, great show. Catch you next time. Catch you next week. Well, that was quick. Oh, a little bit premature there now, wasn't it? It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We all have our days where we're a little bit premature. I am with you guys on that one. I am only human myself. I sometimes come and go prematurely as well. So, nevertheless, for those just entering, we are talking about coming and going prematurely, and how I'm always late. But guys, what I have seen recently is worrying, and I hope that you all are going to be worried with me. Okay, but first, I want us to speak a little bit on some better talkage. Okay, let's have some better talkage before we get into the depressing news, right? Duck and cover, says Thomas. There's not enough ducking in the world to save us. You know, Biden, I think that Biden figures my presidency was such short that I'm not going to just walk out like so melancholy. So just, oh, okay, bye. I came and I went. I think he's trying to go out with a bang. And I believe this might be a way to extend his powers past the election time. I believe that this may be an attempt for the Democrats to try to extend Biden's presidency through a war. And you guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I don't believe that the Democrats want to let up. I know that they're enjoying their power that they have right now. They're enjoying it, that free reign that they have right now, just to ruin all of our lives. And of course, they don't want to give that up. And what's the best thing to do to extend power privileges? War. Have a war. And how do most Democrats get rich fast too? War. Well, I can't even say Democrats. That's politicians in general now, isn't it? Because we have conservatives who get rich off of war too, don't we? We can't be hypocritical and not realize the own crap that we have in our own backyard too, right? I'm sorry, guys. I did not just do 5 lines of Coke. My nose is watery, and I don't know why. I'm so sorry about that. Oh gosh, I'm probably disgusting you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm stopping. Jason says, no worries. Butthead doesn't have the codes, and Putin is not stupid enough to launch because of war he's winning. You know, the funny part about this is, Jason, online, I've seen so many articles where they're saying, oh, no, Putin has already lost this war. Oh, Ukraine is kicking the butts of Russia. Oh, Ukraine is doing this, and oh, you see what Ukraine did. But never actually mentioning, do you guys know the power of the Russians? Do you guys really know the power that they have, that they could obliterate Ukraine if they wanted to? But truth is, there are, some technicalities behind that, and of course, the whole world is going to be on Russia's arse if they do that, and then it's going to be, pretty much Russia, China, North Korea, Cuba, Iran against the world. So I don't know, but I don't believe in this nonsense of, hey, do not Zealage, I don't need your side commentary. I don't need your side comments, okay? Stop it right now. Stop. Ozzy says war hose. Come in both parties. War hose, yeah, really. But I don't know. Oh, hi Neil. Hi, welcome in, Neil. American Patriot says, I think Putin does have an itchy trigger finger. Well, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? I can imagine that he's being held back every day by his security team for not hitting the red button. Because I know Putin is probably like, I do it right now, I do it. As soon as Biden comes out of his mouth like, oh, we're going to protect every inch of NATO territory. And I'm sure Putin is like, the button, this is the button. The button, I push it, I push now. But yeah, I know there's a lot of things holding him back from it, and I get it. Well, what was I going to tell you guys? Ozzy says 1.2 million from, I don't know what that is. More ammo made in a month than the West makes in a year. Please, guys, grammar. Grammar is our friends. Grammar is the thing that really keeps your lioness from stroking out. So please, guys, grammar, and more grammar. Dex says itchy, more like shaky. Itchy and scratchy, right? Itchy and scratchy. Shadow says just arm the Polish and the Finnish, and Russia won't get further than they've already traveled. Well, I mean, you do know that Finland. Well, okay, I'll keep. We'll slowly get into that. I wanted to talk to you guys about something really quickly, because you guys have sent me emails from last week, and I want to address some of them. So last week I was sent emails about, let me see, 1 minute, let me have a look-see. So one of the topics that one of you were speaking about, I asked about pet peeves, and this person sent me this email talking about one of their pet peeves, and I asked, what was your biggest pet peeve, or what is one of the things that you've noticed about modern America that you didn't see before? Now, this is a person who's older. That's why I value their opinion, because I can't really talk to someone who's younger than me and take their opinion on the culture shift seriously. But I mean, who am I to talk, right? Because I'm younger than some of you guys, so why would you guys even hear me out? I tell you why you should hear me out versus someone else who's American who's been here. I've been around the world, lived in many countries. I want to say around 8 countries, and traveled to probably 21. I have seen different parts of the world that I can compare America to. I may not be able to compare America herself versus how she was back then versus today, but I am able to compare America to worldwide standards, which can also compare her to herself as she was in the past, because how we see other countries today is how America used to be. So this is the reason why I think my opinion on things can shift a little bit on other people's views. But if I were just a kid who was, born in America, lived in America all her life, if I wasn't over the age of 50, it would be hard for me to take it seriously, because I would say, but you haven't seen America how she used to be. So anyway, this person is older. I believe this person is in their 70s or 60s, and they sent me an email speaking about something that they noticed from past America versus modern America. They brought this up. The topic was grocery stores. Funny enough, it was about grocery stores. When you go to the grocery store, how things have changed. And I was confused about that, so I wanted to know what does that mean? I mean, what, that we have an organic section? Is that the difference? I don't know. He said the fact that people today do not put their carts back in the parking lot. So, you know, when you take your cart shopping, you put your groceries in your vehicle and then you put your cart back. You put the little metal cart back to the store, or you put it in the parking areas outside where it's designated to go. So he said that he's noticed that many people today refuse to put their carts back, and that carts are left all over the parking lot. Now, I was thinking to myself, why would that be a big deal? Why is that a sign of Americans today? Why is that a sign of a culture shift? It's just laziness, pure laziness. And then I thought, oh, you grew up in a different time. You've seen things that I haven't seen. So you saw a time when they didn't do this, or maybe it wasn't as common, or maybe you just see that maybe you're just getting older and everything annoys you. Could be that too. But I'm curious to know with you guys. You guys tell me, do you guys think that that is a reflection of people today? That we are so entitled, that we are so selfish and non-aware of others, that this is the reason why we do these kind of things, like leave your carts everywhere, grocery carts everywhere, and we just drive off into the sunset and leave it up to someone else to fix it. Someone else should fix the problem or something like that. But nonetheless, someone said that was a pet peeve for them. Zealage is like, that's a pet peeve for me. Well, you know, it's one of those things. I don't know. Quantum says they used to have carts with little cars for kids. I think they still do. Some places still do, actually. And I've seen it. Samuel says he hasn't seen one of those in decades. It wasn't that long ago. 15 years isn't a long time at all. Well, that's the thing. 15 years can fly by, right? Ozzy says we did not have to pay for carts. Well, you're in Canada, sir, so I can't take your opinion on anything. Huh? Yes, I am nationalist. I am very much a nationalist. Did you know, guys? Okay, so you guys know I work in the legal field, right? You guys know that I am like a baby lawyer. You guys know that. I work in the legal field all day, every day. This is all I know. This is all I've ever known. I went to law school, just to work in this field. This is all I know when it comes to professions. I don't know how to do anything else. So I was at work, and one of the lawyers, who's a very big D Democrat, Democrat, liberal, pride flag on my car. And you know what type of car he drives, because you know liberals and Democrats tend to drive a certain type of car. I want to get into that too. I want to make a video about that, actually. But this person, another lawyer in our firm, he comes to me and he was speaking about, I think he was like Nick Fuentes or somebody like that. You guys know who Nick Fuentes is. He was speaking to me about like Nick Fuentes or something like that. And he said something about, you know, how being a white nationalist, and he's a white nationalist or he's a racist. I think he said he told me, oh, he's a racist. And I said, no, I think he's a nationalist, not a racist. He could be racist in some ways, but I think his main, shtick, I guess you could say, is nationalism. And this senior lawyer, right? Lawyer who is above 40, talked to me, and he told me this. Listen to me, all of you. Come here, class. Come here. Come closer. He told me that it's impossible to be a nationalist without having race in front of it. So if you're a nationalist, then you must be a white nationalist, which makes you inherently a racist. Because the word nationalism can't exist by itself, is what he said to me. Now, here's me and my, English as a third language person. And I'm like, you know what? That's not true. I told him, I said, sir, that is objectively not true, because nationalism does not have a color. Now, if you want to be a white nationalist or a black nationalist, yes, those are complete separate things. But Nationalism in itself can exist by itself. You can just be a nationalist without having to say a white nationalist or a black nationalist. You could say, I'm an American nationalist. I'm a Canadian nationalist. I am a person who puts my nation first. That is what a nationalist is. That is the proper Webster's, Merriam, whoever's dictionary. That is the proper definition of the word, sir. Am I wrong? So, it is possible to be a nationalist and be white, and it is possible to be a nationalist and be black, but that doesn't necessarily make you a white nationalist or a black nationalist, because a nationalist can exist by itself. And the person, this lawyer, this senior lawyer who has higher rank over me, told me that I was wrong, and I had to pull it up for him. So I did what anybody else would do in my position. And I pulled it up for him, and I showed him the actual definition of nationalism. I explained to him what it was, and he felt really embarrassed because at that point he was upset that someone younger than him had corrected him on something that he thought was pure racism because he's a big D Democrat. So, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm talking you guys' ear off. I was excited, okay? I'm sorry. I was excited to speak to you. Oh, thank you. Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Thank you. I knew Miriam was somewhere there. Mariam. Mariam is actually an Arabic name. That is the Arabic form of the name Mary. So Mary in Arabic would be Mariam. So Mariam. And it's one of the most popular Middle Eastern names for girls in the world. In the Middle Eastern world. Trey says, hi Trey. He says black nationalists are the KKK of 2023. You know when you said something right. When I can't say anything. Here. Black is not a nation. Well, no, but in this case, black is seen as a race. And so if you say a black nationalist, it's implied that the black people, gosh, I don't even want to get into this. Why can't black people, oh my God, this is how every racist sentence starts off like this. Why can't black people? Okay, wait. It's not going to be that racist, I promise. Okay, wait. Okay. Why can't black people? I can't even do it because the moment that I said it, I felt the racism coming. You know what I mean? I could feel the racism creeping up on my back. Like, why can't black people? Where's my hoodie? Why can't the blacks? All right, here we go. Zealage, I'm already offended. I'm sorry, Zealage. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm doing it. Wait. Stop laughing in the chat. Okay, here we go. Why can't black people pick a term for themselves and keep that term and not change it so that we all don't keep getting confused every century? No, not even every century. I want to say every 40 years, maybe every 30, 40 years, when the next generation of black students enter college, they have to find a new term for themselves. At first, it was Negro, which I believe is the same thing as saying black, but it's in the Latin form. Now, first it was Negro, right? And then it was colored, and that was offensive. And then it was, what's the other one? Was it black? It was black for a while. It was black. And then it turned into African American. And then after African American, now they're like, no. Go back to black. Why? Why can't we just pick a term? White people have been very happy with being called a color since the beginning of American, I guess you could say more than that, since the beginning of time, really. They have taken their color, I guess, and just said white, and that's it. They haven't been out here trying to change the name and, no, we're European Americans, or we. Why can't black people do that? That's my question. Clue. Go to the naughty corner. Go to the naughty corner. I'm asking you guys. It's seriously, why? What is the? Does anybody have an answer for that? Seriously, does anybody have a response that is logical of why it keeps getting changed? Because it's almost as if it feels like a good word, and then after some time, everybody feels offended by the word. And then after that, it's offensive to say the word. And then you don't want to call people colored because calling them colored is wrong. But then they want to be called people of color. That's the same thing as calling you a colored. So, yeah, that's the new one. I'm sorry. The new one isn't black anymore. It is people of color. But I guess that's supposed to encompass everybody who's not white. Trust me, the whole people of color trope, it does not work around the world. I mean, not around the world, in America. It doesn't work for other races because other races do not feel like they're a part of the group with the blacks. Do you realize that Asians don't even want to be put in the same box with other Asians? You didn't know that? Koreans don't want to be in the same box as the Japanese. Japanese don't want to be in the same box as the Chinese. And nobody wants to be with the Vietnamese. All of the Asians, they're looked down on the Vietnamese, okay? We have the same thing in the Middle East, but just not as bad. Middle Eastern, we still kind of accept one another if we're Arabs. But there is still a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy in every race. So to say people of color, it just doesn't work. But nonetheless, what is it? BIPOC? What is a BIPOC, Trey? What is it? Oh, Dex says it's a political correctness in effect.
BIPOC is an acronym, stands for Black Indigenous People of Color.
Oh, kill me now. Say it again. What is it? Black Indigenous People of Color.
I believe it's Black and Indigenous, so it was meant to include Native Americans, First Nations, and Black Americans, but exclude everybody else.
This is so dumb. This is so retard. It is retard. This is dumb. And okay, and I don't want to be racist, but here we go. Look, nobody wants to be included with one another. And the fact that black people keep trying to pull other people, other races of people into their group, into their box, is not going to work, black people. I have noticed that black people, now, I've noticed this, that a lot of black people have put Latinos in the group of black people. They've said that Latinos are actually blacks. They're like, Latinos are blacks. I've seen another group. Now, I don't know what these people call themselves. I guess maybe the Hebrew Israelites or something like that. But those people are not Hebrew, because I know what a real Hebrew looks like. Me as a Middle Eastern, I know what a real Hebrew person looks like. And the real Israelis do not look like the Israelis that are in Israel today. I'll tell you that. But they don't look black. That's for sure. They don't look sub-Saharan. Anyway, nonetheless, if you guys get me on this subject, I will rant. But I've noticed that black people try to say, oh, Indians, Southeast Asian Indians, Indian as in dot, not feather. Dot, not feather. They said that Southeast Asians, because their skin is dark, are black. They are putting everybody in their group because they say, oh, well, if the skin tone is dark, that means that the person must be black. No, it does not. Skin tone does not tell your race. Skin tone is not your race. But nonetheless, when I see that a lot of the black activists, they say, they're out there fighting for, I guess, everyone at this point by saying, fighting for the black people and the people of color of all over the world. And I'm like, no, 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 don't try to fight for the people of color. That doesn't, you fight for yourself, because the rest of the people of color will not fight for you. The rest of the people of color will not fight for the blacks. So I don't understand why the blacks are trying to fight for all the rest, but that's, that's a whole different topic in itself, and that will be a whole different video all in itself. But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about what Joe Biden did. And I want us to get into it now. Wait, no such thing as an Afro-Latina? I agree. I mean, I do understand that a lot of the African slave trade, I know that like in the Dominican Republic, there were a lot of Africans who ended up staying there and becoming Dominicans. Or the Haitians, they share the same island, for crying out loud. But the Haitians, Dominicans, and all that, these are not Afro-Latinos. These are just Africans that were conquered by the Spanish. That's it, to me. But I don't believe that they are black. I won't say that they are black because I believe black should mean something. Being black should mean you have a culture behind it. And if these people don't share your culture, then why are you including them? They're not a part of you. They're not. They are their own separate category. But I guess it's just to keep things clean and tidy. If we look alike, then we're going to stand together. Okay, you look like me, I look like you, so we'll stand together. But that's not how the world works. But nonetheless, in Puerto Rico and Brazil, these are, like I said, these are people of different culture. Yes, they're not really Latinos, but at the same time, they're definitely not black. They are their own culture. Anyway. 400 years is a long time, Amir. I agree. And that's why I believe that black people are Americans. They are as American as it comes. No matter how hard they try to separate themselves and say, we are not like the same as white people. You are. You just don't see yourselves, because people like me, as foreigners, when we come here, we don't see black people as their own separate culture or something. We see you doing the same things that the white people do. You do the same things that the white American do. Yeah, you have your own style to it, you have your own swag to it, but it's still the same thing nonetheless. You guys act the same, talk the same, look the same, not look the same. Everything that you guys do, your mannerisms and everything are the same to us. To you guys see little nitpicky differences, but we don't. I'm Afro-Lebanese. I'm dead. Oh my god. Where are you, Teddy? Come here. I'm dead. I am so dead. Clue, get out of here. Get Clue out of here. Clue, go away. Go. There's not even a naughty corner anymore. Just go outside. Oh my god, Afro-Lebanese. Oh my god. They lie about 2020. They lie about the jab. They lie about the election. They got ninjas fooled. Show me a slave ship. No. Okay. All right. So here we go. It's a big teddy bear. It really is. This teddy bear is like, how much was it? Like $70. Seems expensive. What's wrong with my race? Get out of here. I'm Leva Chinese. I hate you guys. Get out of my race, all of you. My race is not for you guys. You guys could not handle it. You guys can't handle it. You can't handle our families, our culture, our language, nothing. Okay. All right. So I want us to get to this one. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up right now. And here we go. All right, guys. So the main attraction today is Joe Biden. And I feel so sick even saying that he's the main attraction. I'm trying not to, my face is like, yeah, it's quivering. Here, wait, let me get some water. 1 sec, okay? I will be right back. Samuel, do something. Do something for a second.
What, you want me to do, dance?
Do what must be done, Samuel. Figure it out.
Greetings, salutations, everybody. How you doing? We had Amir on my channel last night, and that went pretty well. Had a good conversation there. I'm not going to get into the topic that she's talking on because I don't want to misspeak here. But yeah, Thomas, let's go, Brandon. I'm not going to be doing any of that dancing. Dancing is for young people. So, but yeah, how are you guys doing tonight? I hope you're all well. Hope this evening finds you well. Let's see. Only thing left to do, drink but no water. Only one thing left to do, drink but no water. Yeah, that's mostly true. Yeah, I mean, the ancestors of mine who were not white were kind of into things like sun dances, which that's a whole other category of effed up. You guys don't want to get into that. So that's not true. There is dancing here. It's mostly square, but it does exist.
Square.
And I will hand the mic back over. Thanks for putting up with me for a few minutes.
Thank you, Samuel. Guys, give it up for Samuel. Samuel, he has his own show, guys, and I hope you guys attend whenever you can, because Samuel does shows pretty much all weekend. He's hardworking. So check out his channel, guys. I was there last night and we had a blast. We had like a 3-hour show, which was amazing. Something that I cannot accomplish. 3 hours will take me out. Let me be a little monkey and enjoy my banana for a second. Yes, I like to squish my banana like this. All right, here we go. In the news. Days ago, Ukraine's president, Vladimir Zelensky, was critical of Biden's and the other NATO leaders for not granting his country NATO membership, calling their move a sign of absurd weakness, because I guess he thinks that NATO is weak because they are scared to have Ukraine be a part of NATO, because that means that they will have to go to war with Russia. Before saying his goodbyes to staff at the U.S. Embassy, Biden nibbled on the shoulder of a frightened little girl who actively tried to avoid him. Well, that's expected now, isn't it? Anyway, he nibbled on the shoulder of a frightened little girl who was actively trying to avoid him while being held by her mother. On the same day of his departure back to America, Joe Biden signed an executive order that activated members of the Inactive Ready Reserve, or also known as the IRR, if you guys don't know. But the IRR, there's two ways to say this. It could be individual ready reserve, or it could be called the inactive ready reserve, which are soldiers. Biden has activated our reserve soldiers right now. So he activated members of the Inactive Ready Reserve and other reservists for a deployment to Europe in response to the Ukrainian war. These 3,000 reservists will be sent to aid U.S. troops already present in the region as part of the Barack Obama-created Operation Atlantic Resolve. Biden declared that he would defend every inch of NATO territory. Yet, Ukraine is not a member of NATO, and Russia has not attacked NATO territory. So why is Biden saying that? Why is he putting out these words and doing these actions if Russia has not attacked NATO territory and Ukraine is not a part of NATO yet? This order took place after alliance leaders took action to bolster Ukraine's arsenal. So, It could be that NATO is preparing for a retaliatory escalation from Russia due to the powerful weaponry Biden and other NATO leaders just sent to Zelensky. Could that be? According to Joe Biden, this is not the case. He has declared that Putin has absolutely no chance of winning this war. In fact, he's already lost the war, says Biden. You never claim a win or a loss before the war is over. A person might lose the battle and win the war, if that makes sense. Meanwhile, back in America, sorry, I just had to. I don't know why that had to happen. It's just, yeah. Meanwhile, back in America, Joe and his family were further exposed by a whistleblower named Dr. Gal Luft, who is currently on the run from the FBI, sounds like me, but he's currently on the run from the FBI, which he believes is a political attempt to keep Luft from testifying in front of the Republican-led House Oversight Committee. Luft reportedly informed FBI agents of dealings between the candidate Joe Biden, his son Hunter, and China, also known as the CCP. So Luft is on the run from the FBI, and he's on the run, and Biden is not happy because Luft actually exposed his dealings with him, his son, and the CCP. Unfortunately for Luft, he unknowingly reported that he knew to be an FBI mole that warned the Bidens about Luft. So when Luft was reporting to this person, he was actually reporting to an FBI mole. And this mole went back and warned the Bidens of Luft's plans. It turned out to be the same agent that retrieved Hunter's laptop from the computer repair store. Luft is facing charges of armed trafficking, operating as an unregistered lobbyist for China, and conspiring to flout U.S. sanctions on Iran. What do you guys have to say about this news? I'm coming back to you all now. That man must be protected at all costs. I agree. Neil says, first, remember that this is the same Biden who actively interfered with other NATO countries assisting Ukraine. Oh my gosh. You know, I had a theory before, but I think my theory has been disproven. Or has it? Now, my theory was that the push to, there was a huge push to rush Ukraine into becoming a NATO member. They were going to, whatever the fancy word is, expedite or move faster his application to be a part of NATO. My theory before was that they wanted to rush Ukraine into being a NATO territory so that if Russia did anything to Ukraine, that it could start World War III, and World War III would be activated in effect, right? I don't know, but Ukraine is still not a NATO member, so this is what's kind of messing up my theory here, because I'm thinking, why are they not activating Ukraine quickly? Or which countries are the ones that are slowing down the process of Ukraine becoming a NATO member? Because I know it's not America. It can't be America, right? Because I'm sure Biden would like nothing more than to have, well, I don't know. What do you guys think? Expedite? Okay, I did say the right word. Thank you. Cocaine in the White House library, case closed. Yeah. And I've also found out that wasn't the first time that cocaine was found in the White House. This is just the first time that it was leaked to the public. But I believe that there have been 3 other times that cocaine was found in the White House. In this White House, in the Joe Biden White House, not in other White Houses, in the Joe Biden White House, cocaine has been found over 3 times. They're giving this guy the Trump treatment. Oh my gosh. Zealot says, I'm curious about that too. That's what I'm saying. I think somebody's trying to hold this up, but I wonder who. I wonder who and why. Is it because it could be fear? Well, not fear, it could be common sense, knowing that once World War III starts, the ending of it will be catastrophic for the world, because there's only so much back and forth that one of the nuclear countries is going to take before nuclear options start becoming available and on the table. Do you know what I mean? Because yes, we can go back and forth with, bombs and firearms and all of this. We can do the traditional wars, yes, but eventually somebody is going to open up their nuclear closet and dust off the old nuclear bomb and say, oh, you know what I mean? That's how I feel. I don't know. You guys tell me. Jason says World War III has already begun. You know how people look back on history, right? When we're in history, we don't know when World War III has begun. We can't tell when it begins, right? We really can't, because we're living it. And everything is kind of, sporadic for us when we're living it. But people in the future, when they look back on today, they're going to say, the day that World War III started was the day that Russia invaded Ukraine, or it was the day that Joe Biden became installed, or it was the day that, Kiev got attacked, or what have you. People in the future are going to know exactly the moment, but we don't know because we're living it. So I don't know when World War III has started, but I kind of do think that it has already begun and that we're already in it. Dirty bombs first. World War III was the Cold War. This could be World War IV. No one wants to use the nukes. Exactly. No one wants to go there. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are very hesitant to make NATO to make Ukraine a NATO territory, because of this reason. Because then there would be no other option but to do world war. They would have to. If Ukraine is a part of NATO, they would have to. Zio says it started 20 years ago. Stop it. We've been in it for 30 years. Stop it. Goodness, you guys are acting like I was born into World War III. Okay? When I was born, there was no World War III. Okay, stop it, both of you. You guys are acting like World War III was born before me. Stop. Spies are the first soldiers. I agree. And women. Or, oh, yeah. He's saying that it may not be nukes, it may be virus wars. That would be a bad, bad day. If that's what it turns into, I'd rather just get nuked. Like, just nuke me now. And I want to be right at the spot where it's getting nuked, because I don't want to deal with the radiation later. Just nuke me now. Let me be in the fireball center of it. That would be the wonderful spot. Just fry it to a crisp. I'll be fine with that. Because I do not want to be in a virus war. What is it called, Samuel? Biological warfare? Is that what it is?
Biological warfare, yeah. When they
There we
use
go.
microbes and viruses, that sort of thing.
That's a dirty thing, and I don't want to be in that. I definitely would prefer to be nuked. Would you?
It's quicker for those who are close to it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I just want to be in the epicenter. Just right there, just where I can be barbecued, well done, kind of charcoaly a little bit, then I can be really,
That's actually part of why I live in Wyoming, is because if Yellowstone ever actually does the super volcano thing, I'm going to get vaporized. Y'all are going to choke to death on the ash clouds.
Speaking of Yellowstone, have you guys seen that Yellowstone has been a little bit active recently? And also, there's been a new geyser that's popped up on Yellowstone. So there is more activity happening, and they don't know why, but they're watching it.
I would say it's the giant freaking volcano that sits underneath that whole state park, but sure, let's go with we don't know why. Anyway.
Chernobyl was a test run, says someone. The primal one, high primal one, he says correction. A dirty thing would be okay. All right. Off to the naughty corner you go. Off to the naughty corner you go. Pack your bag and go to the naughty corner. You have 2 minutes. 2 minutes of silence, sir. It was funny though. Michael says World War III, then this would be the Planet of the Apes, because they say if World War III were to happen, World War IV would be fought with sticks and stones, because that's all we would have left after whatever we end up doing to ourselves. Guys, no. Hold on. Let me adjust my legs, my tentacles. 1 sec. Okay. I'm looking at comments. Hold on. Okay, so we move on. Do you guys want to move on to more news? All right, I'm gonna move on. Yeah, really, a world with no nukes left. Oh, wonderful. All right, let's move on to our next news subject, and that is Florida Governor Ron DeSantis signed SB 1416 into law. As a result, permanent alimony has been eliminated from the state and sets up a formula that determines alimony amounts based on the length of the marriage before the divorce. If Ron DeSantis isn't red pill, then I don't know what he is, because that is some red pill. Okay. That sorry guys, 1 sec. I don't want to cough in your guys' ears. Hold on, I just need to have a quick cough. Okay, so Ron DeSantis, red pill Ron DeSantis. The next story is Kamala Harris apparently made another what Kamala Harris apparently made another gaffe, or she said the quiet left-wing plan out loud. This week, during her speech in Baltimore, while speaking on climate change, Harris said, "When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population," Kamala Harris said, "When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe air and drink clean water." She said it. She said it. She said it. She said, "What? We." I feel so validated. Oh my gosh. I feel so validated right now. Oh my gosh. She said it. I just want to repeat it one more time, just because I want to be able to sleep with this in my, you know what I mean? Just sleep nicely with this. Good. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe air and drink clean water. Next article. Georgia Democrats voted Misha Maynor into the state legislature, and she repaid the Democrat Party by leaving them and joining the Republican Party, the GOP. So Democrats voted Misha Maynor into the state legislature, and she repaid them by leaving them and joining the GOP. This angered the Georgia Democrat Party, prompting them to release a statement calling Maynor's move a stinging betrayal of their constituents. Oh. They were, you know that they were mad when they used words like stinging betrayal. So they said Misha Maynor's actions was a stinging betrayal of their constituents. With her new status as a member of the GOP, General Assembly, Misha Maynor is now the first Black Republican female to ever serve in the Georgia General Assembly. Despite the rebuke from Democrats, Misha Maynor stood strong and unapologetic to her actions, citing it is a moral decision to not be a Democrat and asserting that voters deserve a representative that will actually do the job that they were elected to do. Love to see it. Lastly, this is our last story in the news for this week. Lastly, California leaders have taken another step to destroy the state. That's unsurprising. Likely once and for all. This time, with a new bill making its way through the state legislature in accordance with the recommendations of the Reparations Task Force. If passed, judges will be compelled to consider race when sentencing a convicted criminal. That's exactly. Isn't that racist? Isn't that racism? Isn't racism treating someone differently because of their race? Isn't that okay, but because it's the other way around, that makes it not racism, right? That makes it helping the blacks. Is that what it is? Helping the black community? Because yeah, we the eye of justice is supposed to be blind. This is why Lady Justice has on a blindfold around her eyes. Lady Justice is supposed to be blindfolded. Nonetheless, this new bill making its reparations task force. If passed, judges will be compelled to consider race when sentencing a convicted criminal. This proposed new edition of the Penal Code is aimed at rectifying the racial bias rectifying the racial bias that has historically permeated our justice system, according to the task force, which was snubbed by Gavin Newsom a few months ago when they presented him with an $800 billion bill to pay for reparations for the black folks. Let me eat my banana. Let me eat the banana. The banana. I think you guys heard it for yourself. Primal one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rectifying the penis code. Astaghfirullah. Go to the. Why are you out of the naughty corner, Clue? Clue, go to the naughty. Oh my God. Dex says, and bias and prejudice. Correct. I don't care if they're using the race to sentence the black people to less time or to sentence them to more time. You should not be using their race in a consideration at all. Their race should not be that it should not affect whatever sentence you're going to give them. You guys know I work in this field. This is what I do all day is legal stuff. And you're never supposed to judge or sentence or convict, or none of these things should be part of the process. I can't believe that they don't see that. Just because they think that they are being less racist by giving black people less time, don't you understand that that's still racism? because it's almost like you're pitying black people. I pity you. So I'm going to give you less time, because I'm going to actually give real accountability to white people. But you, because you're black, I pity you. So I'm going to give you less time. Okay? Now, don't you love me? Can't you tell I'm not racist now? This is stupid, idiotic, but just dumb. I'm trying to find a nice word. I'm trying to find like a more educated, sophisticated word, but dumb actually fits perfectly. Dumb. Stupid is as stupid does. Dumb. All right. Well, Larry, go to the naughty corner. I am so done with you guys. You know what, Larry? I'm timing you out. I am. Where's the timeout button? You're getting timed out, Larry. You getting timed out. And just be no clue. You two, both of you are getting timed out now. You both are getting timed out because Larry said that if I time out him, that I must time out Clue. And you're lucky that Richard L isn't here because I would time him out too, just for the fun of it. But I'm sorry, Richard L. It's just that Larry has beef with you, and I've been trying to get him to calm down about it, but he won't. But both you, Clue, and Larry, I have had it up to here with the both of you. This is it. This is it. This is me spanking you. You are being properly flogged right now. You are flogged. And they're mods, so they have full power. You guys see. Or not Clue isn't a mod, but Larry is for sure. Goodness grief. Okay. So I'm gonna send you guys the link, and I want you guys to come join me if you'd like. Here, hold on. Let me put it in the thing. All right. So there's the link. Hop says, I want a spanking too. You're going to get it. You want a spanking too? You can get one. You can get one too. Here. You go timeout too. Now, who else wants it? Who else wants a spanking? The belt is still hot. Tell me, who wants it? I can't put all of you guys in the naughty corner. I can't do it. But anyway, okay then. So I put the link in the chat, guys, for whoever wants to come on and chat. I think I'm trying to think of what is the other thing that I wanted to bring up with you guys. Trying to think. You know what? I know what I'll do. I'll check my emails for it, because I know in my emails I always have things from you all. Well, here we are. Oh. Okay, here we go. I want to share this with you guys, but I don't want my personal emails being exposed to the world. Okay, here, wait. I can do it this way, I think. Yes, no, I can't do it this way. I know. I'm figuring out, guys, because I'm starting to use StreamYard properly now. Hold on. I'm going to look for it. Here we go. Yes. Okay. I got it. Yay! This one. All right. Got it. Okay, so you guys shared a picture with me. I'll show it to you now. So this was the picture that one of you guys sent to me, and it's a shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot. And this is one of the pet peeves that a lot of you said that you have. And I can understand it completely, because I almost hit one of these things with my Bentley. And if I would have ruined my Bentley with this thing, there would have been a problem, because a lot of people just refuse to put their cart away. And I get, why do I look so rough? I started just looking so classy and beautiful, and now I'm like, it's because Larry and Clue have me rough now. Now I'm rough and ready to beat my kids. Like, oh my gosh. Okay. Zelich calls it favoritism. I think it's more of the word, but yes, it's racial favoritism, racist favoritism. It's not even favoritism, because I don't believe that Democrats love black people more than anyone else. I believe this is all just to pander and get votes for generations to come. You know, some of the most racist people have led the black community to believe that they care about them. I don't want to say any names, but certain presidents, LBJ, um, certain presidents have promised that they would have those N-words voting for them for 200 years to come. And I believe that Democrats are just continuing the circus. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even call it favoritism. You know, one of you guys said it's just racial favoritism. It's not. It's just pandering, just to get more people on their side for more generations to come. Do you know how many? Oh, I want to share something with you guys. Do you guys want to watch something with me? Let's watch something together, shall we? I have something I want to share with you. Oh gosh, that was loud. Okay. I have something I want to share with you all, and it was. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Let me text 1 second. Here we go. All right. So this is a video that I want to share with you all. This video is police found a body, a cadaver, in someone's trunk, and I want to show it to you all right now. And we can watch it together. All right. So here we go. LA State Trooper, which means Louisiana, not LA, California, but Louisiana State Trooper finds a body in the trunk. Now, the reason I thought this was very interesting, and I want to share it with you all for a reason, I thought this was interesting because when I watched it, there were so many signs that I wanted you guys to see of police, when a police officer freaks out. Not really freaks out, but is caught off guard. And there are certain things that police officers will do that you can tell, oh, he's kind of freaking out, because police officers don't freak out in the same way that civilians do, because they're trained to not freak out that way like we do. But here we go. I want us to watch it together. And would you guys prefer this screen, or would you prefer full screen and then I get out of the way? Tell me. I thought LA was Lower Alabama. Okay, so what would you guys prefer? Which screen would you guys prefer? Is this okay? Full screen? Okay, I'm gonna put it full so you guys can see properly. Hold on. All right, let me start it, and here we go.
The guy that gave him permission to use the car, his mama reported him missing. I popped the trunk, saw there's a dead body in the trunk.
On July 29, 2020, shortly before 5 p.m., a Louisiana State Trooper conducted a traffic stop involving a 2017 Chevrolet Camaro on Louisiana Highway 17 near Williamsboro, Louisiana.
It's a beautiful car, by the way. The car that was in this case is a beautiful car. I'm sure you guys who like, is a Camaro American muscle? That is American, right? Yeah, that is American. So American muscle cars, I'm sure you guys will like it.
The vehicle was doing a 73 and a 55.
Clue, you are back out of the naughty corner. Oh my gosh, I can't stand you. I can't stand you guys. Okay, sorry. Let's continue.
Yeah, 39, Region 3.
Region 3 at 39.
LA 17, 1 mile south of LA 4. Black and orange Chevy Camaro 242 Charlie Lima Tango 242 CLT Louisiana.
I'm going to skip ahead in some parts because some of the parts we don't really need to see. So let's move here.
Hey, sit back here with me, man. How are you? Hey, good afternoon. I'm Trooper Nielsen, Louisiana State Police. Reason why I stopped you was for speeding. You know how fast you're going?
No, sir.
73 and a 55, so it's 18 over the limit. Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
And why are you driving?
I was just
Okay.
going.
Now, if you guys aren't noticing, if you look at this I want to say gentleman, but he looks very young. If you look at this kid, check out his breathing patterns, check out his chest and the shoulders. You can see how heavily he's breathing, and obviously that is a sign of something being off.
Do you have any weapons on you?
No, sir.
It's okay. I was just asking. What's your name, man?
Michael
Michael what?
Mitchell.
Michael Mitchell. How old are you, Michael?
I'm 18.
Okay, Michael Mitchell. Michael
AEL.
and Mitch.
Yeah, man.
What's your date of birth?
1602.
Is anybody with you?
No, sir. It's just me.
You have insurance? Oh, show me your insurance. Whose car is this, man? Your big brother's?
Okay, so he says that it was his big brother's car, and right here he's going to start looking for his insurance, but of course the officer smells weed.
Michael, make eye contact with me. Step out here. Step up here. Is there any weed in the car? Yes or no?
It's just a doobie in the ashtray. Like,
Okay.
other than that, there's
Anything else?
There's
All right. You be honest with me, I'll be honest with you. I ain't looking for no roach. You hear me?
yes, sir.
Is there anything else, man?
This is I promise.
Okay, it's in the ashtray. In that
Yes.
cup thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, the thing about this, us as in the legal field, as lawyers, as attorneys, as anybody who's going to try to defend you, we don't want you talking to the police. Do not talk. Do not say anything. I don't care. You say as minimal as possible. And I understand he's trying to look normal. He's trying to look normal so that hopefully he can get let go. But you never incriminate yourself. Never even say there's a little bit of weed in there, or there's a little bit of alcohol, or I have drinking a little bit, or let them do their job. That is their job to figure that out, and let them work. That's how I feel. Let them work. Don't help them in any type of way in this aspect. But nonetheless, he's trying to look normal, so I get it. I get why he's doing it.
Anything else?
This is
Okay. When did you puff last?
this is
Be honest. Because I'm a
You should not be honest.
drug recognition expert.
about an hour ago.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna look at you. But
So past this part, he tells him to go stand at the officer's car, and at this point, the officer chooses to search the Camaro because of probable cause.
you know you ain't gonna sit here and be texting behind my back while I'm sitting here in this car. Get on that car.
So here's the part of the freak out. Take note, guys. Take note. Can I say something really quickly? Do you guys hear that music that's playing in the background? That music is the most mind-numbing music that anybody could ever listen to. That music, every song sounds the exact same. Okay? And I know a lot of people are into it, but that music to me is the most mind-numbing, devilish music I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, all right, now step here. When did all this happen? When did all that happen?
That happened.
When?
Here we go.
He said
How long ago? Days?
Yeah, it was,
Okay. Come back. Just leave this here. Come back here. Just stay right here in front of my car. Is this your wrench?
No, sir.
Dex, no. At this point, he does have probable cause because the odor of drugs is coming out of the car. So in many states, in fact, I believe most states, if an officer has probable cause to think that there's any type of drugs or illegal activities going on in the car, he does have permission to search. But you must need that probable cause. And the fact that this boy told him that there's weed in the car gave him permission to do so. This is why I said do not say these things to the officers. Do not speak to the officers. Do not confess. Let them work and make them work. Make them do their job. Don't aid them in doing their job. Okay, because this is only giving them permission to go through your stuff.
All right, Michael Mitchell, 61002.
This is the reason why I said he's starting to freak out. Listen to the officers breathing. The thing that he found was bullet holes in the driver's side window. Do you know that little area right behind the door, the driver door? Right behind it, you have that little area right before you have like windows, the back windows. That area is all shot out. There's bullet holes all over the place, and the glass is broken there. This is what the officer is looking at. This is what's making his alert signals go up, and this is what he's talking about.
F39 Region 3, I'm code 4.
Hey, boy.
I'll pass through some of this because this is just back and forth with headquarters, radio, what have you. You guys already know how these conversations go, you know, information and so on. Now, this is a weird part that happens right here at 12:22. Somebody pulls up behind the officer while he's doing this stop, and they seem to have recognized the Camaro in question.
Okay.
His family in Monroe is looking for him.
Oh.
They sent me out here.
Okay. All right. Well, I got somebody pulling up behind my scooter. All right. Thank you, fella. Hey, now. Who are you?
I'm Anthony Robinson. They don't scare me to death.
Well, how are y'all here?
Cause my people from that's them on the phone.
What do you mean they were looking for him?
They looking for him. The car missing. Hey.
Okay. Give me a phone. Hey, man. Hey, this is good. Sir? Okay, he's not giving that name. No. Okay, first off, hold up. I'm Trooper Nielsen, Louisiana State Police. Who am I talking to? Okay, what? His name is Michael Robinson?
Yeah, it should be the owner of that car. It might be in his name.
Okay, he's not giving that name though. He's given another name.
I got to go back to work.
What's your number, sir?
Now, this is where it gets scary. And when I say scary, I mean these are the situations that you don't know what's coming next, because once you start putting two and two together, and then you have random people pulling up behind the officer saying that, you know, you need to search this car because, you know, this is scary stuff. I mean, having someone randomly pull up behind you, just like Baklava says, I don't agree with pulling up behind officers, especially when they're in the middle of doing traffic stops, which is the most dangerous time for an officer. But it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. You don't have those kind of things happen every day. So we're getting there. We're starting to get the pieces now. Here we go.
His phone back.
Yeah, I got to go back to work.
Okay. He said he needs his phone back. I'll call you on a block line in a minute, okay?
Okay, I sure thank you.
Okay.
Hey.
Thank you. All right, let me ask you something. Did you give me your right name?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Michael Dwayne Mitchell Jr., I swear to God.
Take your hat off. Take your hat off. You got plaits in your head?
No, sir.
What is a plat? A plat? Plat? Or is it plant? 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 Plat?
Okay. Where do you live? Be honest to me. Monroe?
Yes, sir.
Richwood.
Yes,
You don't live in Winsboro.
No, sir.
Why would you try to bluff me on that? Why would you lie to me on that? Because I already knew that before this guy said something. What's up? Talk to me. You better stop lying to me right now. You're going to be in jail.
I'm just going to my sister's house.
To your sisters?
At first, he said he was going home, and you can see how nervous he is. I mean, he's not very good at hiding it, but I would be crapping my pants too.
So when I kept asking you where you live, you don't even know because this ain't even your house. You better get some act right in you and stop lying. Some act right in you and stop lying to me, or I swear to God, you're fixing to go to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
That's the last freaking lie you better tell me. What's your last name?
Mitchell.
What's this Robinson last name? Michael Robinson. That's your brother. Who took the car? Who took that car from whoever it belonged to?
He gave me permission for the car.
Michael Robinson gave you permission to drive this car?
Yes, sir.
Who gave him permission?
This is what.
Stay with him, please. How are you? Mr. Chad.
Okay, so you understand that part. Now let's move on. And I'm going to go past here. Right now, he's speaking with headquarters or, on the radio. I don't know what police calls headquarters, but he's speaking with them and he's getting more information. They're actually telling him about the owner of the vehicle being missing and the people wondering where he is. And the mother, she says that the car is registered to her, but her son is the one who drives it. And the son's name is Michael Robinson, but the one driving is Michael Mitchell, which makes no sense. And Michael Robinson has the plants in his hair, or plaits, has plaits in his hair, but Michael, the one who's driving, has no type of plait at all. He just has regular hair. So let's move on. I'm pulling it down more. He spends a long time talking about this. Now, at this point, other officers have arrived to the scene, and let's go from here.
Hey, Chad. Like, this looks close. Like bam, 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 bam. Yeah. And the boy, okay, see? What I'm being told is that the boy who gave him permission to use the car is missing.
See that?
He's lying his ass off. Go looking for the person who owns the car, find out that the son of the owner of the car is missing, and now we got bullet holes all in the car.
I got you.
So something's
Bad, right?
the only thing he lied about was his address in Winsboro. So he don't have a driver's license, but he lied about living down here. I don't know what he thought that was going to do, but
He lives in Monroe.
lives in Richwood, and the car is registered out of Monroe to the. But I'm not getting these. I called Scooter Day over there. His scooter's been off. He hadn't heard nothing, but I don't know who's supposed to be calling me.
All right, so you guys understand that. Now we're going back to interrogate. Wait a minute. Here we go. Now we're getting a little bit more action over here. We're going to do another quick search of the vehicle, and then the obvious is going to end up happening. Here we go.
I'm gonna do the obvious thing I want to do.
Here we go. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hey. Yep. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Don't move. Do you understand? Don't move. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in the court of law. You have a right to an attorney. Have one present during any questioning. At any time, you can choose not to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand? If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you by the court. Do you understand? Do you understand? Who is that? Who is that?
That's him.
Who is who?
That's Mike.
That's Mike. How did Mike get there? Tell me.
It wasn't me, man. It was.
Okay.
I just hit him, bro. I did.
You just hit him?
I did.
Okay. Lock this down. Lock this down. F-39 to Region 3.
F-39.
Get in there. Get in there.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's 3 things, well, like 2 or 3 things that if you guys aren't in law enforcement or you guys aren't around law enforcement, you guys will see that 3 things happen that shouldn't have happened, or I wouldn't say that shouldn't have happened. These are signs that the officer was kind of, taken aback. Like, I would say number 1 is you could tell that he couldn't even get out the Miranda to the boy. He was choking up on the Miranda, and that's normal. It is a long thing to say, I understand. The major thing that happened here, however, was that the officer cuffed up the boy and threw him in the police car. You guys understand why, right? Because when you do that, anytime you put a suspect into a police vehicle, they must be searched first. You can never put a person in a police vehicle without searching them first, because they could have anything in the car and they can, hide stuff, ingest stuff. There's so many things that could happen. So he was so taken aback that he just threw the boy into his patrol unit, and that's a no-no. The other thing was, I missed the other thing, but it wasn't as severe as the whole putting him in the vehicle without searching.
Region 3 at 39.
I am 10-15.
10-4, 10-15, and 16-58. 16-58, the mouse came with 26.
26 is 125-03057, 125-0357. F-39 Troop F desk.
Good.
So at this point, he's going to call for a supervisor. And the last thing I'm going to show you is when the supervisor arrived, and that's it. And then we're done with this video. And then I'm going to move on to one more police video that was, I want to get your guys' opinion on this, because the video was listed as police, what is it called? When they misbehave, police misbehavior, what have you. But I don't think it actually was. But we'll look at it together. But first, let's see the last clip of this, where he's explaining to his supervisor, the sergeant, or what happened.
He's super nervous. He lies to me about his address. He's got no driver's license. He says he's going to his house in Winsboro. Well, I find out he lives in Richwood. Okay, and I call Monroe. This car has 3 bullet holes in it on the driver's side. I asked the guy, he's been smoking weed, so I asked the guy to search the car. I go around the car inside the passenger compartment, and I can't find anything. It's maybe a little roach in a doobie in the ashtray. We're sitting here asking about it, about the guy that gave him permission to use the car. His mama reported him missing, Michael Robinson. The driver's name is Michael. I got to get his name here.
He's still throwing it back.
I popped the trunk. Sorry, there's a dead body in the trunk. Okay, so I'm not. We've blocked in front of the car and behind the car. We've shut the trunk. I have Franklin Parish Sheriff's Office with me. We're at 82. Okay, we're not. We're done. I'm at 8260 Highway 17. I'm at 8260 Highway 17. Go south.
So this is what happened, and it's very sad. You know, I really feel sad for the mother and the father, the parents in the situation. It's funny how we never hear about the father when it comes to Black boys, and that's unfortunate because typically when you hear about them, they always talk about mama, 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 but I never really see them talk about dad. Maybe because in Black families it's more matriarchal, the mother is more of the boss than the father, I guess. I don't know. But the next video I wanted to show you guys was regarding police misconduct. Thank you, Boa, for giving me the word because I would have never remembered on my own. Right. So this is a video where they say police wrongfully arrest a 19-year-old during a traffic stop. Now, I'm going to give you guys my opinions on this, and I want to hear yours because I'm kind of stuck on the fence about it, but I think that my pride can help me through this. So I will begin the video.
Hi there.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name's Officer Winters with the Newton Police Department. The reason I pulled you over is because you have your bright lights on.
Yeah, I have a headlight out, so I just keep my brights on.
Okay, well that's not legal.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
Yeah, I turn on when a car comes by, I turn them off. But like,
Well, you didn't with me.
oh, you weren't close enough though. You were a while back.
It has to be within 500 feet.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
And you're not
that.
supposed to have your brights on in the city limits.
My fault.
You got your license, registration, insurance with you?
Yeah, I got you.
Is this your car?
Yeah,
Okay. Where are you headed?
back home.
Where's home?
It's right down.
Okay. Are you new to town or something?
No.
I just noticed you have Adair County plates.
Yeah, I got it from my grandpa.
Okay.
He lives in Greenfield, Iowa.
Okay.
Okay, now this is going to be my first commentary on this one. Now, take note. It is raining. It's raining heavily this night, okay? The officer is asking for the gentleman's registration information, you know, the typical stuff. This boy is moving at a glacial pace, okay? Moving at a glacial pace while the officer is standing outside in the rain. I know many of you will say, well, Amira, it's the officer's job to do that. We shouldn't feel bad for him standing in the rain. You know, this is their job. They should be trained and prepared to have, you know, weather conditions or whatever. But I believe that this goes into how officers will treat you. If you don't show any regard for them, they're not going to show much regard for you too. I could be wrong, but this is my view.
Hold on 1 second.
Where are you coming from?
Friend's house.
Okay. Anything to drink over there?
Here we
I see
go.
what you said. Is one of these? You need one of these right here?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good start. That's the registration.
I just got a new one, so I don't know which one's the old one.
Okay.
Here, I'll see you both of them.
Look how slow he's moving. I mean, go ahead.
The last thing you want to do with a police officer is move suddenly or quickly.
No, but there is a regular pace that people can move. I'm not saying move fast and be jumpy, but I'm also not saying move at a glacial pace. Just be normal. And the fact, when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at how slow he's moving. Now, you guys may not see it. Just pay attention when I play the video. When I was watching his pace, he moved as if he was in no type of, like, the situation. It just was improper for the situation, how slow he was moving, in my opinion. But don't move too fast either. There's a normal pace that us humans move, like how I'm moving right now. We move at a regular pace where we're not too jumpy, but we're not like, you know what I mean? And the fact that the officer is standing in the rain is the other thing that kind of is another factor in this. You understand? Like, if it was sunny and cool outside, I think it'd be perfectly normal to move that slow. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm being nitpicky, but You guys look at him while I play it. Go ahead, Samuel.
Well, it's possible too that he doesn't realize how slowly he's moving if he's on something.
Well, that's the thing, and I want you guys to remember what Samuel just said. If he's on something, let's continue.
Okay, I'll take this first one here. All right. Got your insurance?
Yeah, I got you. Would it be that white card?
Could be. That's one that expired in 21.
I got the email version. That's the one.
Now, mind you, this kid is 19 years old. He's in college. Looks like a sports player. Yeah.
Howdy.
All right, that'll work. I'm gonna have you hop out with me, okay?
Cool. Car on or off?
You can probably leave the car off.
I bet. I'm gonna roll my window up real quick.
All right. Do me a favor. Put your gum on your dash there.
Put my gum on my dash?
Yeah. Perfect. We're gonna go back here, okay?
Cool.
You don't have anything on you? No bombs, guns, drugs?
No bombs or no drugs.
Okay, let's go back here. I'm gonna have you have a seat in my passenger seat, okay?
Sorry. There's a reason why cops do that. They say bombs and grenades and stuff like that. They know it's most likely that you don't, but they want to see your reaction to it, because sometimes when you're guilty of things like that, or of having illegal things like firearms when you shouldn't have them, people tend to react differently to that question. The proper reaction to that would be kind of a chuckle and a laugh and like, of course not, or no, but anyway.
Okay.
Awesome.
Good. Have a seat right on in there for me, okay? Close the door behind you. Where are you coming from?
Back by, his name is Creighton, his friend's house.
Okay. What are you doing at Creighton's house?
We were just hanging out. Had my girlfriend there.
I gotcha.
Just got back from college.
Okay.
Go to William Penn.
Okay. Play football up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the part where it's going to get a little bit snappy, and this is where I went, you guys watched.
What position do you play?
My receiver.
Okay.
I'm back for the weekend.
That's why you're home?
Yep.
I gotcha. Did you go to school here in Newton then?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Played football here. Did you go here?
No.
You didn't?
No. How much have you had to drink tonight?
None.
What do you mean none?
I had nothing to drink.
Okay. Why would your eyes be watery and bloodshot? I just noticed you have Adair County plates.
Now, his eyes are not watery or bloodshot, so this is a little bit of police misconduct, but I want you guys to decide how far the police misconduct went.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's a little hard to tell from the angle with that and like with the camera quality here, but I can't tell if his eyes are dilated or not.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Which is usually one of the first indicators.
Yes, but the officer is accusing him of being drunk. So let's see what he says.
Hey, I got it from my grandpa.
Okay.
You want to blow me real quick?
I don't want to blow you.
Oh,
We'll probably get there. How old
that's
are
funny.
you?
19. 19.
Okay.
I've had nothing to drink.
Okay. So your movements in the car with you fumbling over the registration?
Yep.
Kind of say otherwise.
All right.
And so does the odor of alcohol coming from your person.
Great. Let's do a test then.
Well, this is a crazy thing, and I want to bring this up to you guys. Officers do this often, say you smell like alcohol when you haven't been drinking at all. I've been pulled over many times because I'm an aggressive driver. Because, I drive fast, I just do. And officers have accused. Officers have accused me of being drunk and then saying that I smelled like alcohol. You guys know I don't drink. And, I have to do the whole DUI test when, they lie sometimes. And I think this is one of those times.
We'll get to the test.
I can't wait. So what happens if, nothing pops up? Do you get in trouble?
No. Why would I get in trouble?
Because you think I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking.
I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
All right, let's find out real quick.
I'm not going to get in trouble for doing what I'm supposed to do.
Can I record it?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your name?
My name is Officer Winters.
So Officer Winters thinks I'm drinking tonight. We're about to do a test, and he's going to find out I had nothing to drink. He's going to look stupid.
Okay, see, all right. So I believe that everything has been fairly respectful up until this point. Now, this boy sued this police, what is it called? The police, not just officer, but the whole group.
Department?
There you go. They sued them for police misconduct because you'll see why. But they sued him for police misconduct, and I believe that this was the beginning. Well, it started from the car, from him moving slow and not really being perceptive of the situation that he's in. But I believe it started all like that. Now, him calling the officer stupid and saying, oh, he's going to look so stupid and all of this and putting it on video, I believe that that's a very smart arse move. It is one of those, what is the word? It's unnecessary snappiness for no reason when the officer has been completely respectful with him. Yes, he is wrong. The officer is wrong, but he's still being respectful to him. Do you want to say something, Samuel?
No, I was yawning. Sorry.
Okay.
Ain't that right? I've had nothing to drink. 0. And we're about to find out.
Of course, in Dad's name, but got it from Grandpa?
Yep.
All right, so let's go up on the sidewalk here, and I'll talk with you up there, okay?
Cool.
Mistake number 2.
Not right now. Not right now? Nope. Did you take them out? Yes. Okay. Are you supposed to have them in when you drive?
No.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to actually have you stand.
I'm going to pass a little bit just so we can get to the point where he's actually doing the walking test. 1 second.
Isn't that a mistake too? Because that field sobriety test is subjective.
Yes, you can refuse it. It's not completely necessary. I have actually done the field sobriety test, even though I'm sober all the time, but I did them too, just because in the end, they always end up giving you a breathalyzer no matter what. So the point of doing these tests is just really it's unnecessary because they're going to do the breathalyzer at the end of the testing anyway.
Well, the test goes back to a time before breathalyzers were a thing.
And that's the thing, but they still haven't gotten rid of them, and I think it should be.
And some cops will try to get you to do it because it's so subjective. It's based off of their opinion, and they can just use that alone, to say that you're inebriated, at least to handcuff you and get you down to the station.
I'll help you guys a little bit because the test, it does have a slight significance because just because you're not drunk doesn't mean that you aren't under the influence of something. Now, doing the test, the breathalyzer will tell if you've been drinking, but doing the actual physical test can tell if you are under the influence of anything else. Does that make sense? So that could give them a suspicion if you are not able to complete the test properly, but you are blowing 0.000, so you're not drunk, but you're probably under the influence of something else. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, let's continue.
All right, so I want you to put your left foot on the line. Okay. Take your right foot, put it in front of your left foot with the heel of your right foot touching the toe of your left foot, just like this. Okay. Stay in this position until I tell you to begin. Okay.
Perfect.
You got any questions?
Nope.
Okay. So from this position, you're going to take 9 heel to toe steps, touching heel to toe each time, keeping your arms down to your side. Okay.
Gotcha.
It's going to look something just like this. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go all the way up to 9. Okay. When you get to your 9th step, leave your front foot on the line. Turn by taking a series of small steps. Turn and take 9 heel to toe steps back. 1,
back around?
2, 3. Just like I did. You're going to walk.
After 9 steps?
You're going to take a series of small steps. Take 9 steps back. Okay? During this, keep your arms down to your side. Watch your steps. Count your steps out loud. And once you've started walking, do not stop until you've completed the test. Okay?
Now, another thing before he does this test is that these tests, the real rating is not really how well you do the test. A lot of people don't realize that. It's really about how well you follow directions. This is why they give you these very specific directions, because they want to see if you're able to listen, comprehend, and execute. And that is something that breaks this ability to do these things are broken when you're inebriated or high, and you just don't realize it. Like a person will tell you, take 9 steps here, and you will start taking 30, or you'll just keep going until they tell you to stop, because you aren't able to listen, comprehend, and execute. So here he is doing the test, and let's see how he does.
Okay.
Perfect.
Any problems with your ankles, knees, hips, or back?
Just my right ankle.
What's wrong with your right ankle?
Messes up during football.
Okay. Does it prevent you from walking?
Just a little bit, but I'll be able to do this.
Okay. Does it hurt right now?
Nope.
Okay.
I have all my weight on my left foot right now.
All right. If you don't have any questions, you may begin.
Gotcha. Tell me when I get to 9.
Tell me when I get to 9, he says. Now he's telling the officers to tell him when he gets to 9. Now, he's not drunk. We all know this. He's not drunk. But this behavior to me does look like a person who is not mentally quick. They look like they're a little bit mentally slow to me. And that could be me being a little bit tough on him. Maybe I should be more relaxed. But when you're in a situation like this, you need to listen, pay attention, and do what is asked of you, because if you don't, you're going to be seen as someone who is under the influence.
Check the back.
I'm sorry?
Check the backstage.
Just tell me. Oh. Hi, Cal. Welcome, Cal. You can join us. Yeah, sorry.
Hello, Mara.
Okay. I want you to stand with your heels and toes together with your arms down your side.
This is your first year?
No.
No way.
No.
No way.
When I say begin, I want
How many false accusations you got?
0.
It's about to be your first.
Do you guys see?
We'll see. What I want you
to
do,
he knows it too. He knows about the passage shit.
What I want you to do when I say begin is raise either your left or your right foot, whichever one you want.
I love the confidence, because you know you're not drunk. But do you guys see what I see? Do you guys see that as being antagonizing a little bit? Being like, oh, how many false accusations you got? Oh, this could be the first one. Do you guys not see that as antagonizing, or am I being a little bit too? What do you think?
I think America's the greatest country on earth. And I think that I look red for being in the sun for once instead of the British.
You need to, Cal, you need to get a microphone that's not staticky. It's really bad, Cal. You need to.
This is my phone, my dear. I can't change it.
Okay, then
I just want you
you.
to say I'm in America. I'm loving life, and I'll see you when I see you. I just want to say hello to you, right?
All right, happy to see
I'm in
you.
America. I'm still working here for a few weeks.
Okay, thank you. So was America. I think Cal is drinking today. Okay, let's get back to what we're doing. Sorry, guys. Nice to see you, Cal.
And raise it approximately 6 inches off the ground and keep it parallel to the ground, okay? Perfect. It's going to look something just like this. Okay, during this, watch the tip of your toe, keep your arms down your side, and count out loud in the following manner.
Repeat the directions.
From where to where?
So you said 6 seconds, hold it up?
Nope, you're going to hold your foot approximately 6 inches off the ground.
I think he's being a dick on purpose. Sorry, I just do.
Keep it parallel to the ground.
Gotcha.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
All right, during this, keep your arms down your side. Why are you shaking so much?
It's freezing, man. Look at you, you got all these clothes on, and I got shorts on and it's raining. And you false accusing me, so of course I'm going to be a little nervous. Yeah. You got nothing to say. Exactly.
Questions?
Look, you in pants. I'm in shorts and it's raining now.
I wear shorts when it's 30 below.
Congratulations.
Questions about the test?
Nope.
Now that was a good one. Now that sass was definitely deserved. That was definitely deserved. I wear shorts when it's 30. What does it say? Negative 30.
30 below.
30 below. But yeah, congratulations. Like, that's a great response to that. Now that is one thing I can't be mad at him for saying. Let's see how he does this test, and then I will move on a little bit further to his arrest.
Okay, if you don't have any questions, you may begin. Keep your legs straight.
Is that 6 inches to you?
Yep.
That's a really high 6 inches.
How did I tell you to count?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That's what I told him, but he does pretty well. Just doing a switch.
I agree with you, Baklava. It could be that he just has a hard time understanding, or maybe he has learning disability.
He
Could
plays
be.
football too, so I mean.
Yeah. Concussions, yeah.
Touch your nose, but I'm not going to touch your nose.
And make sure. Blow me too, man. Give me a little blow.
I will.
Blow zeros.
I will here in a minute. They're gonna tell me.
Who's supervisor? You're looking at him. Thank you.
You're looking at him.
Rookie move.
Don't think so. So just follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, and don't move your head. Okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to his arrest because we already know he's doing the testing. Test. Let's move on. Let's get back to the patrol unit.
Why do you do? Because you're showing some very strong signs of impairment.
Am I?
You're a little bit on the paperwork and all. You're not smooth.
I mean, I was kind of nervous.
That's a telltale sign.
So show you right here.
All right, what I want you to do is make a tight seal around this and blow outwards like you're blowing up a balloon, okay?
Ooh.
All right.
You ready?
Yep. Okay, you can relax. So I'm going to read you Miranda, okay? Right now you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, will be appointed to you before any question.
We already know what that means.
Okay? When's the last time we smoked weed?
I do not remember that.
Tonight?
No.
Okay, well, I think
tonight,
it's tonight.
I've had no weed tonight. What? Why do you think it's tonight? Why do you think I smoke? I blew zeros, so now you're trying to think I smoke weed. That's what's going on. You can't do that, man. You really can't do that.
Absolutely, I can.
Is he allowed to do that?
Yes, he is.
He
I blow
is.
zeros, and you take drugs, man. That's what we on? I blow zeros, so you think I'm on drugs. That's ridiculous.
I would. During my field sobriety, it is indicative of impairment. So let's be honest.
I'm being honest.
You smoked some weed at your friend's house?
No.
You hit a pin?
Nope.
Okay, otherwise.
All right.
And so does the odor of alcohol coming from your person.
Great. Let's do it.
Okay. Why is your field sobriety so poor?
What?
Why is your field sobriety so poor? And why are you so lethargic and slow moving and speaking with a slurred speech? And your eyes are watery and your eyes are bloodshot.
You know why they're watery? Right, because we're in rain right now, dumbass.
You see how rude he is. Listen, I want to be on this kid's side so bad, but every time he insults and it's like the kids have no respect anymore. And I understand you're in a position where you feel like you're being falsely accused, fine. But many of us get falsely accused and you still don't need to act that way because it's not going to help you. He called him a dumbass. He just said, it's raining, dumbass.
He did, but Dex brings up a point. Maybe he's tired. My eyes get bloodshot and I get irritable when I get tired. I could understand that.
He could have said that. He could have said he's tired. But the thing is, even to me, he looks slow, like something looks wrong. And the thing is, it could exactly be what the chat is saying. It could be a learning disability. But it's the officer's job to try to figure out what's going on with this person. Because for the officer, he doesn't know unless the gentleman would have said, I have a learning disability. It makes me speak a little bit slower. I move a little bit slower. But for me, those are symptoms of being impaired. And I feel that way too. I feel like he was impaired too because of how he speaks and how slowly he was moving and how now the thing that the cops did wrong was accusing him of smelling like he just drank. That can't be true. If he blew a zero, so that means that the cops were lying on him outright just to try to get an accusation. What do you guys believe? Well, maybe I should ask you after everything is done. Do you guys want me to wait to ask the two of you?
I can answer now, or
Yeah,
I can answer after, whatever.
Yeah,
you're comfortable.
Sure. Give me your view.
Okay, I think that the kid's attitude got him exactly where he was at. The cop messed up. But I think that if he was more respectful, I think the cop was more likely to let him go. But cops are human beings too. And as you know, my uncle is a retired police captain. I know retired lieutenants, detectives, you name it. And I've heard them tell stories where, hey, we were gonna let this person go, but then they started cussing us out and talking to us crazy, and we were like, okay, well, let's see what else we got. Oh, you've got this. Okay, well, now we can put you in handcuffs.
Yeah, I would say it depends very much on the on the cop that you get, and on how far along into their shift they are. Some cops are going to work with you as much as they possibly can under the law. They will only throw the book at you if they're forced to. Some of them are dicks and will come out of the gate swinging.
Some of them get galvanized too, because as my uncle used to tell me that they see because of the training and what they see, that they become cynical, and so they're more apt to believe that someone is guilty as soon as they meet them versus them being innocent. So they approach everyone by force of habit of this person's already done something before they even begin the investigation.
I just need to figure out what's been done. Like, I know
Right.
something's been done. I just need to figure out what. Yeah.
Right.
But I also think that this kid was yes sir, no sir, right up until he got into the officer's car, and the officer said, "I think you've been drinking."
Incorrect. He never said yes or no, sir. He was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, sure."
I understand. It's an expression. It just means that he was cooperative and he was more or less respectful. But the second that he was, it was implied that he'd been drinking, he started getting rude.
Right
at that moment.
Well, all right. So he's about to be arrested. He's about to be cuffed, and let's see how it goes from there.
It doesn't affect him in the car or in my car.
Well, I don't know what you're seeing because I can't see my eyes. No weed. I don't smoke weed. I play college football. I told you that. We get tested every Friday.
Okay.
Don't smoke weed.
Today's Saturday.
Okay? It's 30 days. We say it's on your shit for 30 days. So if I did a test next week, I'd be off the football team. Dumbass. Come on. Come on. I want that video too.
Okay, but I think you're impaired. I think you're under the influence.
You think I'm impaired?
Yes.
Well, I'm not.
Okay. Do you want to talk to another officer?
Hell yeah, get him over here.
It's not gonna matter.
Okay.
It's not going to matter.
A
Exactly.
drug recognition evaluation or a drug influence evaluation?
What's that?
There's an officer who checks your.
Okay, so that's going to happen at the station. I'm going to fast forward to cuffs being placed on the boy, and let's see how he reacts to that.
Go to the PD where it's.
Well, I
dry.
don't want to do that. I don't want to do that now. I want to go home. You wasted my time.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back. Right now, you're being placed under arrest for operating while intoxicated, okay?
I'm not intoxicated. Sir, I'm not intoxicated. I blew zero.
You can be under the influence of a narcotic.
My phone.
Amazing how fast dumbass turns into sir when the bracelets go off.
Yep.
What did he say?
He said it's amazing how fast dumbass turns into sir when the bracelets go on.
Right. Right.
Nothing else on you?
It's my inhaler, man.
I
That's
see
not
that.
drugs.
Okay. Let's go back here.
They're letting asthmatics play college football now?
Have a seat now.
Yeah.
I think it has to be under control. You have to be medicated, right, Larry?
Yeah, because I suffer from asthma and I had to have an inhaler the whole 9.
I would see that as a risk.
You wait till my mom comes though?
Nope. You're over 18.
He said he tell my mom. Tell my mom. Okay, so as we go further down, he's just in the station and so on and so forth. Now, this is pretty much the end. I want to get your guys' views on this. So, in my view, I don't believe that it was. Oh, wait. Actually, there's one more thing I want to show you. I want to show you guys the comments, because the comments now, I don't know if it's going to change your guys' view on this. But here, let's see the comments to this. Don't read my comment. Okay. So here's a comment. Somebody says, the thing that pisses me off is that he is the literal definition of good kid. Going to college, not drinking, not doing drugs. He plays college football, yet the cop did everything he could to try and F up his life. Unbelievable. The next one is, bro, you're a legend for calling the cop to talk after and telling whatever he's people's grammar. Let's move on. Someone else said, as a parent, this infuriates me. You're an amazing young man. Really? That's what you consider amazing young man? She says, please know that a random mom in Pittsburgh is so proud of how you handled yourself. A million times more mature than this sorry excuse for a police officer. Well done. So a lot of people, most people in the beginning or the top comments are saying that the 19-year-old was amazing. He did so well with the police. Good job on him for calling them out. The kid is a hero. This person says not one time did this 19-year-old lose his cool. Even after he was confronted by the officer about being incorrect, he wasn't mad and he encouraged the officer to do better. This kid is a hero. Every kid in America should have to watch this video. Good job, son. Your parents should be beyond proud of you. What do you guys feel about this? Because I'll tell you what, I disagree with these people. I disagree simply because I've been in the situation too. Another thing is that respect goes a long way. If this is what America is posting up as a poster child for behavior, I disagree with you. Do I believe that the officer did police misconduct? No, because he did not beat him. He was not berating him. He didn't try to hurt him. He was doing his job in recognizing the signs of something being off. He just didn't know what. And in an officer's case, sometimes they are wrong, but is being wrong always misconduct? In my view, it is not. Just because he was wrong doesn't mean that it was misconduct, in my opinion. What do you all think?
I've gotten out of 4 ticket convictions by being respectful. Like, even after I was issued the ticket, all 4 of those officers, they never turned the tickets in because of the way that I treated them.
Mm-hmm.
So
go ahead, Samuel.
I just, like I said, the second that kid was accused of, or was implied that he had been imbibing alcohol that night, he just, it's like a switch flipped, you know. And like, maybe he didn't have any alcohol in his system. It kind of looks like he didn't, but
no, he didn't. He blew 0.00. Yeah.
But you know, and so I kind of get that. But at that point, like, once you're inside the police vehicle, like, you're not in custody, but you're in custody. Maybe, you know, curb the language a little bit. Yes, sir. No, sir. That's all you need to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then when he started throwing dumbasses around, it's like, number one, a 19-year-old kid should not be calling any of his elders that.
Right, and
Ever. And number
that's what
two, you never mock a man with a gun.
Ego comes into play right there. Ego.
You know,
well, you know,
I think the officer, you know, it was hard to tell at first, like in the beginning of the video, it's a little hard to tell, but later on it becomes obvious that he's feeling like kicking this kid's ass.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And he gets more and more petty as the video goes along. So I think, honestly, I think both of them were in the wrong here.
Well, you know, one thing that I can agree on is that he probably did want to, like, you know, jack the kid up a little bit, but I would say that the kid started it, because it started from the disrespect inside the police car when he said, you know, have you had anything to drink? And then the kid is like, with an attitude, no. And then he's opened his camera to say, yeah, he's going to look so stupid. And it's like, there was no need for that escalation in
right. And it was definitely an escalation. I'll agree with you that I think that's where it started too, is with the kid's attitude just changing, because it did. It just like flipped like a switch. But
it did.
There's also a point where, you know, the officer has to decide, am I going to get really fucking petty here, or am I going to do my job?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it
but don't you think he was doing his job?
I think he was, and then I think towards the end of it, there he was leaning a lot more towards petty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the kid was asking for it. I mean, the kid was asking for it. Once he pulled that cell phone out, like, that's fine if you want to record, but
you don't have to be a dick about it.
Yeah, like, even after the cop, and I think that the officer said that he smelled alcohol to see how he would react. I don't think it was just purely, I'm gonna, you know, just make up something to put this kid in handcuffs. I'm gonna say this to see how he reacts. And then I think that it was methodical. The way he reacted is, okay, well, now I'm gonna pull you out for the field sobriety test. Which, if the kid hadn't said that, it probably wouldn't have gotten that far. He probably
Mm,
wouldn't have had him do that, because even though he was a little slow, it's like Sam said. You wanna move a little bit. You don't want to move too quick sitting in a car when an officer asks for your license or registration.
your information, yeah.
Right. And bloodshot, yeah, that could be a sign of alcohol. It could also be a sign. I mean, I have sinuses, and I wear glasses and things, so my eyes will get bloodshot out of stress. You know,
Right.
and I'm
If
sure
the
the
ki-
officer's aware. He's aware of that too. But I think that if the kid had just maintained that respect, I don't think it would have even gotten to the field sobriety. I think he would have, because the kid even said, "Hey, look, I'll blow a breathalyzer," and he was
Mm-hmm.
responding, reasonably normal. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the cop would have let him go. I think he just would have ran his information. He might have gone ahead and given him the breathalyzer since he volunteered, and he might have let him go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it could have been that. I mean, if somebody has an ear infection, it'll throw their balance off when you ask them to walk a line.
Well, see, and that's the thing. But I think all of the signs, including the walking poorly, including the way that the child, sir, whatever you want to call him, the way that he spoke, the way he was moving, all of that, and also being an asshole. I mean, all of these things just kind of combined into the officer saying, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I can today. Like, I would have let you go after the breathalyzer, but since you wanted to call me, offend my ego essentially, then now, I'm gonna take you in. And like I said, just because the officer was wrong and his assumptions that the child wasn't high doesn't mean that it is automatically police misconduct, in my view. Misconduct is harm when there's no need for harm, jailing someone for just no reason at all, like no suspicions, no anything, and making up reasons off on the fly. These things to me are misconduct. Beating a person for no reason. These are, and in this case, like I said, I understand the reasons why the signs added up to him being high in the officer's mind. I can completely understand because I saw the same things. However, he was wrong. He was wrong, and I don't think he should lose in court for that. I really don't think that, even though he's being sued, I don't believe that he will lose in court for that.
Depends on the judge.
I think it more so depends on the jury. The jury is the one that will decide the facts of the case, of course, and the jury. If you have a jury of people who, like, did you guys see the chat? You guys saw the chat, right? You saw the public opinion.
Yeah.
And then if we have a jury of people like ourselves who are a little bit more, instead of always going to, I don't know, I think that we as a group, the people here, the people on the panel, the people in the chat, I would like to think that we think a little bit deeper, because this is what we do with all of the information that we receive weekly. We all sit here and ponder deeper. We don't just have the automatic reactions that everybody else does. The automatic reaction is to say, oh, that poor kid. But if you actually look into why the officer may have thought the certain things that he did, or why the kid was acting the way he was, then it makes more sense to you. A lot of people don't think deeper. They just kind of go to the automatic responses.
Yeah. I don't know. Just looking at the video, where was this? Where did this happen again?
Let me see. 1 second. I can pull it up.
And also, you can tell he was a kid because he had a terrible haircut.
Yes. Newton Police Department. I think that's in Iowa. Yeah, Newton is in Iowa.
I was just curious because I'm thinking, like, if he were in, say, like Austin, Texas, or Southern California, or New York, or something like that, and he got a lefty judge, that cop's gonna lose.
Mm.
It's not. I mean, and chances are most of the jurors will be lefties too. If it comes to that. Iowa, I don't know about. Iowa's a little on the fence.
Well, I know that parts of Oregon is trying to defect to Iowa, so that should tell you something.
Are you thinking Idaho?
Or is it Idaho?
Yeah.
Is it Idaho, or is it?
Let me give you guys the conclusion. I found the conclusion of the case. They did go to court. The kid did lose in court. The mayor actually defended both of the officers' actions, and no punishment was given. They also had the chief of police arrest someone for bringing up the officer in a city council meeting, which is basically saying that no, there was no punishments to the officers after this. So I agree with that decision. I don't think that they should be punished. Yeah, they can be side-eyed, why are you being so petty? But I don't believe it was misconduct, and I don't think it's something that is a punishable offense for being petty.
Yeah, I didn't see anything that indicated like he was overstepping his authority or breaking any kind of laws regarding law enforcement. As far as I could tell. But again, I don't know everything about that. So
Right. And I'm happy to see it. But is there?
His mouth cost him. If he hadn't ran his mouth, if he had gone through all of that and had been respectful, he probably would have won that case. On the simple fact that the officer lied about smelling alcohol.
Yes, and that's the thing. Had the kid been quiet or respectful, or at least yes sir, no sir, like Samuel said, I believe that he would have won that case, because everybody stands up for a kid who's completely respectful and well brought up. Everybody will go to bat for a kid like that.
Well, if he'd been yes sir, no sir, it's if the officer truly believed that he was intoxicated, he might have gotten the ticket and they sat there and waited for somebody to come pick him up. He might not have gone to jail that night.
They could have handled that in court.
That they could have handled it, because a lot of these interactions are 100% up to the officer's discretion. So yeah, that could have gone very, very differently if he had maintained a more level head and had maintained a more respectful attitude, or at least a deferent one.
I completely agree. Let me ask you guys. Boa said that weed or pills could have been at play at the situation. Well, that's another thing. They can't really search for pills, but they can test for weed. Well, they can do a test if they wanted to, but that takes weeks to get results back.
Yeah, depending on what you're testing for, there are different tests that are administered for certain things, because like some things don't come up in the same test that like weed would, for example. So and all of those take time.
Right, takes time. So, guys, have you enjoyed today's show? I know we started off really late and we're ending very late, but have you guys enjoyed today? It's a little bit different, us reacting to police videos and so on.
Yeah, we'll call this segment Exiled Law.
I never really get legal on you guys, because I tend to leave my legality stuff, legalese and all that. I usually leave that in the office. I don't bring it on here because I prefer to talk politics.
I think you should incorporate it at least every once in a while.
I feel like you guys would get bored. There's been so many court cases that I've wanted to review with all of you, with the pride, but I always feel like you'll get bored and you won't come.
I never get tired with law. I can watch court cases all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I always watch them. You'd be surprised.
Okay, well,
police videos, everything. I'm always watching that stuff.
Well, that's because that's real life, and that's why I like it, because it's real life, and politics is real life. We always talk about real life things. I don't do really much any fantasy on my show, on my channel. I never do games or what is the other fantasies, animes, and movies, fantasy movies. I don't do that. I'm always about real stuff. I like real politics. I like real police. I like real court cases. Real life interests me more than fiction. But thank you guys for your input. Is there anything you guys want to say before you go, the two of you?
Thanks for coming.
For joining us.
Thank you guys so much for being with me, guys. Please always check out Larry and Samuel. They do their own show on the weekends. Saturday, I believe, is their biggest show day, right? Isn't it, you guys?
Yeah, we got a show on Saturdays called Screaming Into the Void. Saturday afternoons, 4 p.m. Mountain Time every Saturday. There's another show that Larry and I do with our other co-host, Know Me Without You, on Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Mountain Time, called Abyssal Musings. I'm doing a Star Trek review show on Sunday afternoons now, and I will occasionally pop up on a bunch of other channels, but yeah.
Yep. So guys, check them out. They are a riot all by themselves. So, and they also have their co-host Nomi, and she's awesome too. Let me see. Do I have anything coming up? I don't know. I just really want you guys to keep your eyes open and see what you can see with this Biden activating the reserves. I believe that this is a step into the wrong direction, but you guys, I could be I could be being a pessimist. I could be being scared. I could be being worried. My problem is I don't think that the Democrats they don't want to step aside. They don't want to get out of the way when it comes 2024. And one of the ways that they can keep in power is by getting a war started, making some drama happen. And usually when those things happen, Americans tend to want to stay as they are. Does that make sense? Like whatever president a war is started in, they kind of want to stay with that president because doing too many changes while there's an active war can be scary. So I don't know. I mean, just keep your eyes open. I'm worried and I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm worried about it. I'm not happy to hear what's going on. Let me see what else is there. I have a few other topics that I would like to speak about. I have a few cultural topics that I want to talk to you guys about. Maybe I'm going to do a video. I did do a video on my big channel about culture. Maybe I'm going to do another one. I need to start putting some content on this channel. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I have had a blast. And I think with that, I'll yield my time. Have a good night, guys. Have a great weekend and a great week ahead.